Real quick, I want to brag on some people. A couple weeks ago, I talked about Scott was saying we need to get a parabolic out here at my property, right? And the goal is to get one of Robert Kreider's parabolics. Supposedly, he makes the best in the business. I know Robert is a super smart dude, good with technology, and there's a lot of researchers that use his parabolic. So I 100% believe it. We were just talking about that's a goal. I was contacted by a researcher by the name of Ernie out of Texas. I don't know Ernie, but Ernie offered to let me borrow his parabolic that he bought from Robert Kreider because it's their off season in Texas. They don't do research right now. It's way too hot. Now, I told Ernie, thank you, but I could not do that. I would be an absolute nervous wreck borrowing a piece of equipment from another researcher like that. Shipping it back and forth and having it out in the woods and everything. No, there's just no way. I would just be a nervous wreck. But the fact that he offered to do that, it's just a major vote of confidence to have somebody that I don't even really know. I talked to him a little bit, and he said that he's just followed our work for a while, and but to offer something like that, it's super awesome. He made my day, really. Just knowing he's willing to do something like that, a stranger at that, so Ernie, I really appreciate it, man. I really do. I'm not going to do it, but I appreciate the offer. I really, really do. But there's been, I get caught up in taking this topic super serious. Ever since the sightings we had out at the Happy Place, before that, I knew they were real, but I was still only like 98% sure that I was right and that everybody around me wasn't lying to me. I knew it, but I had to see it myself. And once we saw those things, it just became a mission, because I realized that, before that I thought it was going to be impossible to get them on camera. But after that day, I realized that we just got to keep at it, that it's 100% possible to accomplish. So I became a little militant about the whole thing, just taking it super serious. And sometimes, really, as cliche as it is, you need to stop and smell the roses and just enjoy, the good parts of the good aspects of research, like the people, like just enjoying it. It's a topic that you can make friends fast in, because it's like the military. A lot of veterans, make quick friends because you've shared something. You've got something in common like that, and this topic, once you've had these experiences or seen these, you've got to bond with people, because there's really only, considering the amount of people on the planet, there's only a handful of people that have actually seen them, But another kind of a happy note is I know a guy. His name's Bud. Bud and Angie, his wife's name is Angie. And they have a YouTube channel called Bud and Angie's Fun Adventures. And they're a married couple, and they're, some of their videos are just them on vacation and stuff. checking out interesting spots, but they do Sasquatch research. Bud is prior military. He's somewhat, from what I gather, an expert in the woods. He is a hunter. And they're really involved in the topic. And I met him, I don't know, probably 2 years ago, not in person, but through other people that we knew. And he's, followed our work, and we've kept in touch. But it's nice to watch them go out and have fun doing this together. They don't jump to any crazy conclusions. They get like their last video, they got some really good vocals, and they had them analyzed, which the process in which they had it analyzed is something that I'm going to look into. That's one good thing about us researchers and groups that are into this topic, sharing our methods with each other, because they talked about some apps that I had actually talked to about a bird app with our contact that is in North Georgia over the wildlife management areas. He talked about the bird app, but there's other apps that you can compare animal noises, and they talk about that. They also got a super crazy EVP in a haunted house, which they don't intentionally deal with. Kind of like me, I stay away from haunted stuff. Like Bud said, I'll chase a 8-foot tall hairy beast around in the woods all night without a flashlight, but I'm not going near a haunted house. It's just not gonna happen. But they got a crazy one. So if you don't mind, you're into that stuff, go check out Bud and Angie's Fun Adventures on YouTube. We are going to have them on the podcast. We're going to talk to them, learn more about them, why they got into it and all that good stuff. We've got guests lined up, some really good guests coming up. As soon as Captain Joe gets better, though, he's, obviously he's had a rough week. We've had a pretty rough couple weeks here too. I don't talk about my personal life all that much, but my 11 and a half year old male German Shepherd, he is about to die on us. And, I didn't think it would bother me this much, but it's bothering me. I know it's coming. And we're at the point where we're about to have to make a decision, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But he can't suffer, And then my wife's about to have a surgery, and it's not super terribly serious, but I think they're gonna have to do some biopsies also. So we could use some prayers on that end. And, a couple other things that it's just life is all it is, But anyway, once everybody gets settled in and rested up, we are going to have some more podcasts. I'm also going to put out a video from some stuff my wife's been talking about going on around here. And I had a little change with stuff in the back of the house. Nothing crazy, but I'll have another video up either tonight or tomorrow. But anyway, I just want to thank everybody who supported our channel and our work. Without you guys, we would be screaming into the wind. There'd be the questions, the comments, even some of the criticisms. They are valued. We listen. I look at every comment, and try to respond to most of them. And we're getting there. Oh, I got another camera coming, a good one. It'll be here tomorrow. I'm replacing I've got a ton of cameras, but they're all crappy, and I'm done with it. I wasn't supposed to be spending any more money on this stuff, but I gotta have a better camera. 4K. It's got color night vision. It does not use IR. So that'll be coming in. Eventually we're gonna look into, I'm gonna try to start doing live streams of the property from certain positions whenever I can figure out how to do it, maintain some privacy. But never know. But eventually, one at a time, I'll try to, I spent a ton of money over the past 2 years. But all the equipment's been stuff that is handheld that I can use here and use in other places. Now, I really need to focus on stationary units, like really good cameras. That's the next step and the next goal. No infrared, but there's plenty of really good cameras out there that don't use infrared that you can get good quality video from. So that's the direction we're gonna head with that. That's pretty much it. Anyway, y'all have a good evening, and I will talk to y'all later.